Marketing Monday. This is the Monday Marketing Moment with Elizabeth Lang Barton. And I'm so excited because today we are joined by one of my very best friends and a social media specialist for a Fortune 500 company, Lauren Savitsky. How are you doing, Lauren?
I am doing good. How are you today?
Good. I am loving this aesthetic that you have going.
It's
I
so
just
very
have to
light.
say, I love it. I love it. It looks clean. It looks polished, just like all of your lovely social media content. So today we're talking about your work with TikToks. So can you tell us a little bit about like what you do with TikToks, kind of where your ideas come from, your strategies?
Yeah. So I'll kind of just first start out with saying that I think like TikTok is a scary place for a lot of marketers to try and venture into because you have this idea that it's just Gen Z and Gen Alpha doing dance moves. But I think what's so cool about TikTok is that it has such a niche algorithm. So there's
Hmm.
people who, are deep into the hiking and exploration side of TikTok. There's book
Yeah,
talk, there's cat talk, dog talk. There's just so
right.
much. It's such a variety. So just kind of get it out of your head that it's all about dancing and know that there is a place for more information
Yeah.
based content on there. I think some of my favorite, there's a lot of dads on there that'll give you car advice, or there's home inspectors that'll give you advice on flipping a home or what to look for if you're
Yeah.
buying a home from a flipper. So it's just knowing that all of those different kind of algorithmic
Yeah.
niches exist that make it really easy for any business to venture into this area, whether you want to start it as your own organic TikTok channel or you want to use an influencer to get in there as
Hmm.
well.
Well, and I love what you just said in there about how like there's all these different niche audiences, and truly there is an audience for anyone. I mean, if you think at the end of the day, a lot of the clients that I work with are in the mortgage space. There is a mortgage side to TikTok. And I think like a lot of people in our demographic end up on mortgage TikTok because they're thinking, well, I want to buy a home, but I'm not sure how. And there's all these influencers in that space too. I can't remember his full name, but he's like John on TikTok, or Mortgage John, or John
Oh,
Mortgage, or you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about? Yeah.
yeah.
And he talks all about money saving strategies for when you're getting a mortgage. Now, if you're a loan officer and you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can go and say, "Hey John, I'd love to, partner with you." And now I don't know how much that's going to cost you. That's the other part of this equation, but it's a way that you can outreach. So,
Yeah, definitely. I always think of the Call Me Chris and her work that she did with the brand Vessi, which are
okay.
waterproof sneakers. And she's not the type of TikToker that, is really specific in the mortgage industry or insurance
Mhm.
or anything like that. She just has fun and does like little mini skits. And she was able to work products into her skits. So like as an average viewer, it doesn't seem like overly educational or like in
Mhm.
my face advertising content. She's able to work with a brand to be like, oh, you have this waterproof tennis shoe, let me throw it into a skit about playing football outside in the rain, where
Yeah.
my audience, like, it's just that slight name drop, will throw in a couple features. um
Mhm.
but I think that's really unique is that you have these influencers here who they want to work with you, they want to find a way to integrate your product, but they
Mhm.
also know their audiences so well. So trust them, definitely, like, trust the influencers out there, because I can, oh my gosh, I'll have to send you a list of all the ones that I've seen and all their different ad strategies, because I think they're just so, it's such a unique space to be in, and it's
Yeah.
so different from Instagram or Facebook, where a lot of that stuff isn't video centric. So
Mhm.
it's very niche and very unique.
Well, and talking about those other channels not being video centric, one of the things that I've noticed with your TikTok strategy is that you take it and you use it on other platforms. And so, how do you go from this very video centric, very niche audience driven platform to leveraging that content on a channel like Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn?
Yeah. So I will say that, like any social media strategist, the idea of just being like, we're going to post everything exactly the same on all the channels. Not what I'm talking about when we're relaying this TikTok back over. And I wish it was, because that would make my job so much easier. But each channel really lends itself to a different audience. So we do employee recruitment TikToks and day in the life TikToks, and those really lend themselves well to Instagram and some sides of
Hmm.
Facebook, or I'm sorry, not Instagram, LinkedIn. And some sides of Facebook, versus some of our more like helpful product based content
Hmm.
really works well on Instagram, where we have more of a millennial audience that kind of
Yeah.
relates to those. So, and it's just, I think it's always really interesting too, because there are a lot of people that don't have TikTok still. It's a place that some people don't want to be. I mean, if you have TikTok, you get sucked in. You only like, you got to put that timer on to say I'm cutting myself off at 30
Yeah.
minutes. But on LinkedIn, it's a very professional environment, and being able to
Hmm.
see videos start trending on there is an awesome opportunity. Obviously, hello, we're in the marketing Monday marketing moment, a great video series on LinkedIn. But yeah, like that's just
Yeah.
something else that also can just video lends itself to so many different platforms. We have been experimenting too, utilizing YouTube reels and
Hmm.
seeing how our TikToks play in that space. And it's not a space that I'm super familiar with. But
Yeah.
it's just been an interesting place to analyze, if anything else. We've been doing more quicker things on there, and Pinterest too. That was the one thing that I was really surprised by. We utilize Pinterest as more of just a
Yeah.
brand awareness tactic, and we've been able to kind of slide some of our more like DIY TikToks into there, which
Ooh.
I wasn't expecting them to kind of work at all.
Yeah.
So it's been a really nice test and learn environment to be able to reuse
Hmm.
this content in more ways than one and see how it interacts on each different platform.
I think when you talk about Pinterest, there it's kind of been this in the dark platform. Now we have affiliate marketers and advertisers kind of using the platform, but for the B2B world, I don't think any of us go and leverage go to leverage
Yeah.
Pinterest. But if you look at the net worth of the individuals that are on Pinterest and the demographics, it's those individuals that a lot of B2B businesses are targeting, but they're using it for their personal life. So if you can incorporate some things that reach your target audience during their personal life, then you're going to be able to kind of have an easier conversation once you go into that professional setting.
Yeah, I say that all the time. We do a handful of B2B work. It's just a small part of our business,
Yeah.
but I think sometimes people are just like, oh, throw it on LinkedIn because that's where the business professionals are. But that's not where the mom and pop shops are necessarily. That's not
Right.
where, a hairdresser looking for insurance or someone else looking for a loan opportunity. You're right. They're spending their everyday lives on Pinterest, on Instagram, on
Right.
TikTok. So I think sometimes you can forget that that can be a B2B market.
Right. Don't get sucked into what they do for work. Everybody's a person. And I think when we market to people, that's when we see real results. It's not about marketing to the business, it's about marketing to that person. Everything's a person transaction.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, Lauren, my last question for you: where do you see the future of social media content and TikTok content going?
Oh gosh. It's really scary now that AI exists. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always existed, but with, it's just developing so fast right
Hmm.
now. That I'm kind of worried for what video is gonna turn into,
Yeah.
or just I don't know if you've seen the TikToks where for my SpongeBob fans out there, they'll have like Patrick Star singing a Taylor Swift song, and it
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
real and it sounds so authentic, and a lot of artists are really playing around in that space. So I think
Hmm.
it'll be really exciting, and that video content's not going to go away. I mean, YouTube's
Right.
existed for so long, and even TikTok, it's gone from 30-second to 1 minute video content to
Hmm.
really pushing that algorithm toward 3-minute content.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see video progress for sure. I
Hmm.
think I'm hoping TikTok is here to stay, but goodness knows if it doesn't. It's really nice to be able to lend that strategy elsewhere. We have
Yeah.
Reels. That's definitely going to stick around here for a little bit, and YouTube Shorts as well. So I don't really know if I answered the question of where I
No,
see
but
the
that does. It does.
where
And
we're
I think
going.
something you hit in there, AI is scary. I went to an Adobe event recently. And at the Adobe event, they were showing all the things that you can do with generative AI. So things that used to take creative artists hours, creating vectors, creating video content, now they can drop it into the Adobe Creative Cloud beta. So your Photoshop beta, Illustrator beta, etc. And take what took hours and do it in minutes. So you can say, this is what I'm looking for, and it'll give you 6 different options. And then you could take that option and drop it into the Adobe suite and make your modifications. My fear is for the creative community. The creative community now, you have all these people who think that they're graphic designers. And I do that too. I mean, I'm not a graphic designer by trade, but I pretend to be one. And then on the other side of that, you have all of this being generated by AI. And it's a positive because they can get more done in a faster time, especially when you're talking about those freelancers, those small businesses, those medium-sized businesses that need to be quick and have a quick turnaround. But the AI portion of it is just really scary because what can they do? What can they take and make a likeness?
Well,
And
and it takes
so,
it just takes the power away from these people who have this in-depth knowledge and
yeah,
education with video design, because now Joe Schmo has so much more at his fingertips to
right.
create a great video. And TikTok is so just selfie videos, just understanding
Mhm.
those transitions. That's how it started. That's how Vine
Yeah,
started. Just really authentic, real videos, and they can really elevate them now with
right.
this new technology.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm sure you are as well, as it impacts your TikTok strategy. But
It's a scary world to live in.
yeah, but it's exciting. It's always something new. And I think that's where we have to stay positive. It's like, this is going to change our lives, but it also is going to impact our lives for the better as well. It's not just all the scary stuff. So, on that, a really positive message to leave a Monday marketing moment. But Lauren, thank you so much. I loved hearing your strategies, and hopefully I'll get to see you soon,
Yes, yeah.
my long distance friend. But I hope you have a wonderful day. All
Thank you.
right.
Yes, you too. Thank you so
Thanks.
much.